Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin today with around 6% to the downside. There was not much change actually overall here to that move down. Since we had that move down here on the 9th of March, that's when I told you that I would expect here some downside and we can roll over here. That was because of this ascending broadening wedge, a bearish pattern on the 1 hour chart. If I rightly remember, we had a bearish divergence as well. Then we did roll over and what we're doing now, we broke obviously below that resistance level here at 39.7k. We are currently retesting this from below, and if that retest is successful at 39.7, 39.8k really, well, I probably have to move that line down a little bit, to be honest, so that would work out better. You see where we had resistance before, it was here, and then here as well. So if you see that retest being successful so far, it seems to be successful. We were rejected already once here. If that happens, then you can come down in the next instance down to that 37.5k level, which would be that ascending trend line, which could be part of that, or which is part of this ascending wedge, or not ascending wedge, ascending triangle. So what we have here is resistance, you've got your horizontal resistance, and then you've got here this ascending trend line. Now that doesn't mean it needs to stay a ascending triangle. We can also interpret something else into this. You could argue that, well, why not just connecting these three lines together, and you've got your horizontal triangle, basically a bearish pennant. Someone said that in the channel, in the comments. That's a point as well, but I don't really like the fact that we crossed this. Maybe there's another way of interpreting this. In the end, it doesn't matter too much, because in the end you are here in a range, and until we really see a break, in my opinion, above that 46.5k level or below 34.5, which is actually down here, or at least 37k, which is that ascending support line here, then there isn't really a lot happening here. And we still have these two scenarios on the chart where obviously after the all-time high you're coming down here. That is my primary expectation, where we're coming down here, have completed here our 3 waves down, did make a 4th wave up, and you're coming in a 5th wave down, which is part of a higher degree level, wave 2. Now that is what I would primarily expect. This is what I've been talking about all along since November, and so far it's played out. Obviously now you can see here we are in some sort of a consolidation, so it's not that straightforward to say anymore. The alternative scenario, which also is likely, it both is possible, but I will still have my view here on the primary scenario until we break above this, at least here the horizontal resistance, but ideally that 46.5k level, that is the Fibonacci retracement above which we see the wave 4 becoming less likely. Now the alternative scenario, I showed you that before, is based on the assumption that we have come down here from the all-time high, come down here, you do the retracement levels, and you would get basically into that target range of here the 0.5 fib level all the way up to the 0.887 fib level. It's a large range, but we need to understand that this is just because the crypto market is still very volatile. You see these fib levels not being very extended away from each other. I mean, we can reduce it down, because I think if we break above that level, we should at least get to the 61.8% fib level, which is at 55k. So I'm looking here at the range then between 55 and 65k. So I told you already, if we break above that 46.5k level after a successful retest, I will open a long position. We're taking profits here at these 3 fib levels at 55, 61 and 65k, a little bit lower than that. That's typically what I do, because I don't want to be missing that last target. But in terms of the Elliott Wave count, that would mean that, well, actually this down here was a wave 5. This was a wave 5, and you basically completed with that wave 5 a wave A. And then you're coming up in a wave B, and then in the end you will come down in a wave C. So basically having here a 3-wave structure, which is also quite common. So you come down here A, come up in your B, and come down in your C. Now that wave B means that we would be in that wave B currently, yeah, and within this wave B, then I could imagine that you do some sort of a more complex correction in here, where, yeah, I could imagine that, for example, within this again, you are forming here something more complex, where, let me see if I can actually find that on here, where you would probably from here within this wave B, which is again a 3-wave structure, yeah, you're doing your from here you get, it's the so-called WXY pattern, you could argue that you're doing here, which again consists of 3 waves, 3 waves, and 3 waves. And then this is the wave B, after which you would then come down. So again, you can then separate that again, where you have here your, just do that crudely here, maybe have something here like again, you've got your wave A, this could be the B, and that would mean that we now have to start that wave C here within that wave Y, which would then be the next step and the next move to the upside. But that is only if the price really decides to go for that alternative scenario. This is at least technically, or as per the Elliott wave count, how it could work out technically. Generally, as I said, I remain here with the primary expectation that we come down straight away. And this would become quite likely if we actually, just once more, go to the 1 hour chart, if we retest successfully here that resistance and then move down from there. And again, that resistance level is pretty much here at 39.7k. If we break or hold that here, then you're probably going to move down in the next instance. If you see here in the next few hours or so that break, then I think we could see another bit of volatility in the market, and we could potentially see the price move all the way up again to that 42.6k level. Yeah, and that's pretty much here my view on Bitcoin at the moment. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. And if you really like the content, then maybe check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.